It began with fear. Somewhere in the dark plains of Africa, lightning split the sky and trees erupted into flame. For early humans, fire was both terror and temptation. The wild blaze scared away lions, yet left behind glowing embers that refused to die. Fossilized ashes inside South Africa's Wonderwerk Cave tell us this moment happened nearly 1,000,000 years ago. For the first time, fragile hands reached out to tame the wildest force on Earth. That single act, the courage to hold fire instead of flee from it, became the spark that changed prehistory forever. The Pleistocene epoch, nearly 1,000,000 years ago, was an unforgiving age. Ice sheets advanced and retreated, savannas stretched across Africa, and predators ruled the night. Our ancestors, Homo erectus, were small bands of hunter-gatherers armed with only stone tools. They relied on scavenging carcasses, cracking bones for marrow, and searching for shelter against hyenas, saber-toothed cats, and leopards. Archaeological evidence from Wonderwerk Cave in South Africa reveals something extraordinary. Layers of ancient ash and charred bone fragments buried deep in sediment, far from the cave mouth. This suggests fire was not only present, it was controlled. Nearby, Acheulean hand axes, carefully flaked stone tools were found beside the burnt remains. At Swartkrans Cave, another South African site, over 200,000-year-old bones bear scorch marks, hinting at repeated encounters with flames. The environment was harsh. Nights on the open steppe were brutally cold and predators could strike at any moment. Without fire, early humans huddled together for warmth, relying on each other for survival. But with fire, everything could change. Warmth in the darkness, cooked meat that was easier to chew and digest, and a weapon unlike any predator had ever faced. The stage was set for a turning point in human history. At first, fire was only borrowed from nature. After lightning storms, wildfires swept across the plains, leaving behind smoldering logs. Fossil evidence suggests early humans learned to carry these embers carefully, wrapping them in plant matter or bones to preserve the flame. This fragile spark had to be guarded. If it died, the clan returned to the mercy of the night. But survival demanded more. Hunting with simple stone tools was dangerous, and raw meat left the body vulnerable to parasites. Then came the fire revolution. At Wonderwerk Cave, charred antelope bones show that prey was roasted. Cooking released nutrients, making food softer, safer, and richer in calories. Anthropologists argue this allowed Homo erectus brains to expand, a biological leap that would one day separate humans from every other creature on Earth. Fire also became a shield. At Swartkrans, clusters of burnt bones suggest repeated fires inside caves where humans gathered after hunts. Lions and hyenas, once relentless, now hesitated at the sight of glowing embers. The flames created an invisible barrier, granting humans something no animal had ever possessed: control over fear itself. Yet this control was fragile. Evidence shows that mastery came slowly, over hundreds of thousands of years. Some groups lost fire during migrations and had to wait again for nature to deliver it. Others experimented. Fire-hardened wooden spears found in Germany at Schöningen hint that fire was being shaped into a weapon. The rising tension of prehistory was simple. Those who learned to tame fire survived. Those who did not vanished into extinction. Imagine the scene. Deep within Wonderwerk Cave, the night outside alive with predators. Inside, a small clan of Homo erectus gathers around a fragile blaze. Charred bones crackle, fat dripping into glowing coals. For the first time, warmth pushes back the bitter chill. For the first time, shadows on cave walls dance with flickering light. The archaeological evidence is clear. Ash layers lie nearly 30 meters from the cave entrance, proof that fire had been carried inside and sustained. It was no accident. Someone had fed those flames, chosen fuel, and kept them alive through the night. This was more than survival. It was domination. Predators that once prowled unchecked now lingered at a distance, their glowing eyes held back by something entirely new. A creature that once cowered in darkness had harnessed the very element that destroyed forests. In this moment, the balance of power shifted. Humanity had taken its first true step toward mastery of the world. From these first hearths, the story of humanity was rewritten. Controlled fire spread with migration. from Africa into the Levant, then across Ice Age Europe and Asia. By the time of Homo sapiens, fire was no longer rare, it was culture. Hearths became gathering places, cooking sites, even burial grounds marked by ritual. The impact was irreversible. Cooked food shortened digestion, freeing energy for the brain. Flames hardened wooden spears, giving hunters an edge. Smoke kept insects away, and in caves, firelight may have inspired the first human art. Handprints and animal shapes painted by flickering torchlight. DNA and archaeological studies suggest fire shaped more than survival. It shaped identity. It taught humans cooperation, patience, and the power of community. No other animal controlled fire. This was the human advantage. Today, ash from Wonderwerk Cave still carries the trace of that first great act. A spark caught in stone, whispering across 1,000,000 years, that the moment humans mastered fire, prehistory itself was set ablaze.